What is going, guys? Today we're gonna do a full course on Amazon PPC optimization. So I'm gonna show you how to optimize your Amazon PPC campaign so you can reduce ACOS and actually focus on the good ad spend, which I call ad spend that is profitable and bring in profitable sales for you, and how to prevent that bad ad spend, which is actually bleeding your ad spend, and costing you a lot of money. So we're gonna do a deep dive into Amazon PPC optimization so you can cut down ACOS for keywords where you see that ACOS are spiking up, obviously. And I'll assume, guys, that you have launched your products, you kind of generating a lot of sales already, because if you are just launching this product, then the optimization will be different for new and fresh products, right? Whereas for established products, you also need to look at this from a very specific angle and point of view, obviously. So the first step, guys, that you need to do is obviously figure out what is the break-even profit margin for each of your products. So I'm gonna type in just a random product and pull this up as an example. Okay, so yeah, you can just bring up your listing, and then if you go and open up your listing, you will see that at the top bar you can find the ASIN right here. So copy it, and now we're gonna move to the next tool, which is called Amazon Revenue Calculator. So you can just type it in to Google, and you'll be able to find the first result. So just click on that. You'll have to log into your Seller Central. Once you open up this page, you'll actually now paste the ASIN right here in this tab. Okay, and you are going to hit search button. There we go. Now it's going to bring up all of this information associated with the product, along with all costs, right, that you need to pay to Amazon for having this product shipped to the customer, etc. But we don't really need to bring our attention to any of these costs, right? The only thing that we need to change is the item price. So if you decide to sell your product at a different price than what is set on the listing right now, you can change the price to match your regular price. And then you're gonna actually take a look down right here where you see cost of goods sold. So this is actually the cost that you had to basically pay for having your product shipped and produced by your supplier. So whatever it costs you to get the product all the way to Amazon's warehouse from China, you want to actually include this right here. So let's say I paid $4 landed, right, to get this product finished and made by my supplier. I'm gonna type in $4, and now if you take a look right down here, it's going to show you the net margin, the profit margin that you are going to make from each sale that you make with this product. And this is really important, guys, to keep this number in the back of your mind, because it's going to determine if you are making profitable sales or not from your advertising campaigns. So ideally, we want to always, whenever we are actually optimizing our PPC campaigns, we want to stay under this particular percent, right? So 42%. If we can sustain our ACOS under this percent and keep it within this range, right? So meaning that our ACOS can't actually exceed this number, then that means we will be making profitable sales, and actually our advertising campaigns will be very effective. In case we go above and actually exceed this number, we will be losing money, right? And our campaigns will not be profitable. So you want to avoid going above this number, and this is why you need to keep this number in your mind as you are adjusting those bids for your keywords and product ASINs, right, to make sure that you are actually running very profitable and successful campaigns. All right, now that we got this out of the way, we're gonna move on to the actual optimization part of this video, where we will deep dive into the bulk sheet, right? So we're gonna open up the bulk template where we will be able to adjust and edit bids for all of these keywords in bulk, at once. So let's move on to that now. Okay, guys, so go back to your Seller Central, right? You will click on this drop down menu. It's gonna basically pop up right here, all of these options, and then you want to hover over advertising and click campaign manager. So head over to campaign manager. All right, then we're gonna actually click on this little icon where it says sponsored products, sponsored ads, sorry, and this is going to bring up these two options. You want to click on bulk operations, open it up in a new page. All right, and this is where you can actually adjust what data you want to see inside the bulk template once you download that. Okay, so I'm gonna remove all of these options, right? And now we want to only check the sponsor produce data, because this is where we will be able to pull out the majority of data about our campaigns, since the majority of campaigns will be comprised of these sponsor product campaigns, right? So this is why we want to focus first and foremost on these campaigns that are actually spending the majority of our account budget. So I'm gonna just check this option, okay, sponsor produce data, and this will be enough for us to really make a call to really like have a positive impact on our ACOS, right? Also, we can mess with these other campaigns, but for now let's stick to sponsor produce data. All right, because like if we start really adjusting the bids for all of these different campaigns type, it's going to take a lot of time. So yeah, once you do that, you're gonna then pick the date range. So I would suggest you to go for the past 7 days if you haven't actually done any optimizations up until now, or like before this video. So yeah, and what we want to really do is exclude the last 2 days, because there's an attribution window where Amazon might not show accurate sales for the last 2 days. Even though you made those sales, they might not actually appear in the report, because Amazon really needs to work through the data on the back end, and they might probably show you different information, right, for those last 2 days when you check back later. So that is why we want to really exclude these 2 days. So I'll actually select to look at this report through from 8th to 14th, right? As you can see, we selected 7 days. Okay, and then you click save. And now we're gonna just hit this button, create spreadsheet for download. It's gonna then generate this report for us, where we will be able to then open it up on our computer. And then guys, I'm gonna show you what kind of decisions you need to make and what data you need to look at to make the right type of decision. Okay, so I pulled up this bulk sheet, right? So if you open up your bulk sheet that you just downloaded right now, this should look something similar like this, right? Obviously it will have different information, different data based on your products and campaigns. But what we need to do is go to the sponsor produce campaigns sheet. Then we're gonna actually see all of this data from our campaigns, but we only want to actually filter down to a specific set of data. And what we're gonna do is actually go to the top left corner and click on that. Then we're gonna select sort and filter option and actually click on filter, and this should allow you now to filter down and sort out all the data based on a certain column, right? So what we're gonna do is come onto the entity column, click on the arrow button, remove all these options, and only check keyword and product targeting. There we go. Now we've sorted all of this data that we need to consider and look at. So we're gonna focus on ACOS right here. As you can see, this is going to be the primary driver of our decisions for optimization. So as you can see, there is a keyword and it has a different ACOS, right? Each target will have a different ACOS. And why this matter? When we want to obviously optimize bids, we need to consider our ACOS, because this will give us the context about our keyword, how well it's performing, right? So if we want to obviously boost sales and we see that ACOS are very low, they are just staying very low, we want to jack up our bids and then push ACOS higher, because we know that this will lead to more sales and more profit for us in the long term. And for keywords that are actually burning through cash and just bleeding our campaign budget, we want to pull down by reducing bids, right? Cutting bids on those keywords or product ASINs that we see are performing very, very poorly, because we want to save on this precious ad spend and obviously make more profitable sales. Let me now show you what I've actually come up with. You will have access to this SOP that we've developed with my team at our agency, and as you can see, this is going to be you will have all the instructions, but the premise is that we want to, guys, look at this SOP, and it's going to inform our decisions, because we know that the further away our current ACOS are from the target ACOS, aka your break-even profit margin, the more we want to pull down bids, because we want to make more aggressive adjustments on keywords that have actually ACOS just spiking up, you know, going through the roof, versus like, you know, keywords that have like slightly higher ACOS than what they should be, right? So the whole premise is this, like, if ACOS is above 10 to 20% above like target ACOS, we're gonna only reduce bids by 10-15%. This will have influence over ACOS. This should bring our ACOS down. And then for these other keywords where we see that ACOS are very high, like they are off by 20-40% or far away from target ACOS, then we want to actually make higher adjustments. So maybe we will actually decide to reduce the bid by 20 or 30%, you know, and this is how it's going to really look like. So just keep in mind that as you are adjusting those bids, the higher the deviation of ACOS, the more aggressive the adjustment has to be, right? So let's go back to the bulk sheet, and from the earlier example we realized that our break-even profit margin is 42%. This is what this tool showed us. All right, so let's go back to our bulk sheet, and let's say, okay, we got ACOS 21%. So we know that, okay, this keyword is performing phenomenally well. It's bringing in very profitable sales. What we want to do, guys, is increase these bids slightly so we can then make more sales, right, and increase our sales. So what we're gonna do is just increase this bid slightly by like 10 cents, right, just to stay conservative. So let's change this bid from 66 cents to 75, and this should, ACOS will go up, but we're gonna make more sales, which is going to pay off better for us in the long term. So this is like our thought process right now. And then, okay, let's move down this list and just go through each and every keyword. So as you can see, we got another keyword, butt wipes, and it's got way higher ACOS than the flushable wipes keyword, right? So as you can see, 71%. What we want to do is really reduce bids, cut down on our bids, because we know that this keyword is bleeding our campaign budget. So obviously we don't want to really keep spending this much money on this keyword, because we know that obviously it's not profitable, right? So 71%, it's like, okay, so we will have to actually go back to our SOP, and as you can see, this criteria matches, okay, this situation. So I'm gonna actually reduce bids by 20 cent or 30 cent. So let me reduce bids by like 30 cents. So we're gonna reduce them all the way to 14 cents. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, now that we applied the bid, we're gonna move on to the next keyword. As you can see, these keywords actually, they haven't really generated any sales. And one more thing that I forgot to mention at the very beginning is that you need to sort all this data to the descending order by spend. Okay, so go to the spend column, okay, and then click on arrow, select sort largest to smallest. This will show you all these keywords at the very top of the list that are spending the majority of the campaign budget. So we know that this will have the highest impact once we adjust those bids, right, on our sales and our account performance overall. So just don't forget to, guys, sort all this data in the correct format. Sorry for not mentioning this. So you go through each and every keyword, guys. You take a look at ACOS, see how far ACOS are from your target ACOS. You either reduce bids or you just slightly increase them to actually come closer to that break-even profit margin, right? And this is the really like the process, the entire process of optimizing these bids. And once you applied all these bid adjustments to your keywords, all you have to do is then scroll to the right hand side, and you are going to take a look at the operations column, right? So under this column you want to type in update, and this will actually change whatever is the current bid for this keyword to your new bid, okay? And then the next step is just to drag this all the way down till you see the last row that contains the keyword within that row. So yeah, and once you upload this back to your advertising dashboard, all the changes will take effect on your account, and this like changes should be reflected at the keyword level or for your product ASINs. So that's all you have to do. Just don't forget to actually specify like what's the operation, because if you miss or forget to, you know, go over this step, this all these bid adjustments that you just made to your keywords or prototypes will be ignored by the machine that is working in the backend. So just don't forget to guys go in and type in like the operation. You need to obviously specify what you are trying to do and what action you want to complete for this kind of row. So that would be it. And once you've done that, all you have to do is go back to your advertising dashboard. Now we'll go back to the advertising dashboard. We're gonna click on choose file, and we're gonna actually upload this file, and then click upload to process changes. I'm not gonna click because I don't want to really screw things up right now for this account, since this was like an example. But you click upload to process changes, and this will actually should take very little time for the changes to take effect on your account. Obviously, all the bids for keywords and your prototypes will be changed immediately as soon as you upload this file. And also you want to check right here where you see the uploads section if there are no errors. Okay guys, so I'm gonna just perform this action for a few more different keywords so you can get a good idea of how we are optimizing those bids, right, based on this SOP. So let's now take a look at this next keyword, which is simply flushable wet wipes. As you can see, we got 77% ACOS, right? And now we know that ACOS are like they're actually 40% away from our target ACOS, around that kind of range. So we're gonna go back to our SOP. Let's come to our SOP. As you can see, the keyword that like this keyword, right, matches this kind of falls into this criteria. So we know that, okay, we need to reduce this bid by 20 or 30 cents. So let's move back to that Excel sheet, bulk sheet, and we're gonna now come here and change this bid. So we're gonna actually cut this down by 30 cents. So let's actually move this down to 1.6 cents, right, 60 cents. Okay, let's do for another one. We got simply we got another keyword. As you can see, it's got 8% ACOS, right? So we know that we need to raise bids a little bit. So we know that ACOS are very low. We need to raise bids by a little bit so we can make more sales and just, improve the visibility for this particular keyword. So let's come here and increase this bid by 10 cents. So let me now change this bid to $2.03. So we went on and changed this bid from 1.93 cents all the way to $2.03 because we know that this keyword is performing very well. So we will give more juice to this keyword, or more basically ad spend, so we can make more sales, right, and utilize the full potential of this particular keyword. Okay, let's look at this example. We got something, okay, we got the ASIN that is running at over like 100% ACOS, and we know that, okay, we need to come closer. What we try and achieve is to adjust bids so we can come closer to that target ACOS break-even profit margin. So in this case, it's very like far away from our goal, and we know that we will need to make an aggressive adjustment. So we're gonna pull down bids like very drastically. So let's go back to our SOP and check what we've got right here going on. Okay, so it says if ACOS is above 50%, let's reduce this bid by 30 or 50 cents. So what we're gonna do is choose within this range, like what kind of adjustment we want to make to this particular target. So I'm gonna actually choose to reduce bids to like by 40%, 40 cents or 50 cents. So let's move this down to 50 cents, right? The previous bid for this keyword was 88 cents, so we reduced this by quite a bit, all the way to 50 cents. And we know that ACOS will actually go down after a week. When we check back on this like bulk sheet once again, after 1 week, because we will need to repeat this process and like check in regularly, to ensure that our ad spend is going to the right keywords, all right, and like we are maintaining the performance of all of these campaigns. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully you got the gist of this method for optimizing bids, because as I mentioned, it's really like simple. Once you understand what kind of data you need to look at and decisions you need to make, to influence your account profitability and all of this stuff. Now I know that it might take a lot of time, guys, to go in, every single week, overlook the performance of your campaigns, to go in and change those bids. So we decided to make it easy for you guys. I actually run an Amazon PPC agency where we help Amazon brands scale all the way to 1 million in monthly revenue with a custom ad strategy. So if you've been struggling to increase sales, or you want to improve the ROI and really save a lot of time while optimizing your Amazon PPC campaigns, and you want to outsource this to someone who really knows their craft, you can go ahead, check out our website, schedule a call, and we will do kind of a discovery call. We will get to know more about your brand goals and see how we could help you potentially grow your business. Or you can also just click on this button and ask for a free audit. It doesn't cost you anything. You will still get a lot of insights for your brand, where you can obviously improve upon when it comes to advertising, and coming up with a different, better ad strategy. So you can go ahead, either schedule a call if you decided that, okay, it's enough, I want to outsource this and save a lot of time while running my business and focus on areas where I am really good at. You can schedule a call, or you can ask for a free audit. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.